Good morning, everyone. I'm going to do things a little bit different today. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, morning. I want to talk to you about the humble envelope. They come in so useful for journals. As you've already seen, we've used, created some of our own. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Okay, so this is the centre of the signature. Oh, sorry, I'm too high up now. It's because I've moved my phone. I've got so used to having my arms outstretched. This is the centre of the signature, and as you can see, this is an envelope. You won't be able to probably see that it's an envelope because I've covered it over. But just to show you, there is a pocket here. There is a pocket. Come on. At the top of the envelope, covered the inside, pocket top of the envelope, pocket on the back. All right, and then the other thing is, and again, this is the great thing about that magazine, is there's loads of little images that you can just cut out for little embellishments. And on this one, I actually added some stickles to it. Lace on the bottom. What else do I need to tell you? Yeah. So can you see how, when I've stitched my signature in, my thread is here on the top. Now, I have done that on purpose, but I'm going to come to that in a bit. All right, the humble envelope. It can be used for a multitude of things. You could stick the flap down and fold it in half, and you've made a nice little booklet. Not only that, but you can then chop off with your scissors or with your paper trimmer the sides, so that when you've then closed it, you've then got pockets then on the side. You could trim across the top there, and then you've got pockets on the top. The flap, you don't have to stick down at all, because then, let me just grab something. Grab that bit of paper there, because then you've got a tuck spot there. All right, so you could have a tuck spot from there going inside to the envelope if you've cut the ends off. You could have a tuck pocket up there if you've trimmed the top of the envelope off, and if you don't stick the flaps down, then you've got a little tuck spot there. So you could have your envelope that way round, or that way round, because then your little tuck spot will be there, and then you can have a full image right the way across there. Or you can do as I've done on mine, which was I cut out a piece of vellum and covered the whole of that with the vellum, but made it slightly shorter, so then you've got the tuck spot on the front of the envelope as well, or on the flatter surface of the envelope. So there's a multitude of ideas that you can do with an envelope. Now, one of the other things that I did as well, on another journal that I did, and I actually did a tutorial on this, so I'm actually going to put it in the description box down below, where when you open up the envelope, there's a series of hearts stuck together that open up, sort of concertina together, and then they fan out and they open up and you can see the heart shape. I will put the link to that in the description box, because I'm not going to do the video. There's no point me doing another one, not right now, when I've got one already done. So click on the link for that and you'll see that. So that's the usage really of the basic envelope. Now, the good thing about putting them in the centre of the signature is that you have, in fact, let's just use this one. If you open up to the centre of the signature, you've got a double page spread. Now, I know you have here as well, but the thing is, you can sort of deal with it as one on one side, leave one for writing, and that's kind of acceptable. When you come to the centre of the signature and it's one complete flat surface, it's a little bit more daunting because you feel as though if you only had something on the one side, then you've cheated this side of having anything on it. So you feel that you need to do something as a double page spread. So if we think about the envelope, it breaks up the monotony of the double page spread, if that makes sense. Again, we're going to do like we've done previously, in that we're not going to stick it down or anything like that, because this will be stitched in place. Now, do you remember me showing you right at the beginning of the video, and I said I've stuck on this picture here and you can see the strings of where I've attached my threads together. What you could do is wait to decorate that part of the envelope. Let me just get rid of the signature a minute. Move that out of the way, Carol. You could wait to decorate that, and you could stitch this in place, spread the strings apart, and then cover over the strings. So then you don't necessarily get to see the strings that you've been stitching with. All right, so lots going on. Let's go back to basics a minute. Envelope. You've got an envelope. You can either have it upside down, not stick the flap down, and then you've got your pockets there. You could have it the right way up and actually have tuck pot going up that way. You can cut the ends off, and then you've got an entry for a pocket that way and an entry for a pocket that way. Let's turn it that way up again. You could trim across the top, and then you've got an entry for a pocket there, an entry for a pocket there. You've got a flat surface on the other side where you could just stick one complete image, or stick a piece of paper on that is slightly smaller and then make that into a pocket, because you only stick it around the three sides and maybe a bit down the middle. Lots of options. The other thing that you could do is very occasionally you get very, very pretty envelopes. So you could have a look at your pretty envelopes and see if you could use those, and then that might not need decorating at all. So that's another thought. Another thought is that a lot of digital kits come with envelopes already on them. So you could use that as your envelope. Another one is to make your own. Let me just clean my decks a bit. This, for those of you that have not seen any of these before, this is a We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch board, or an EPB. Yeah, EPB, envelope punch board. So if you see the abbreviation EPB, this is what they're referring to. Now it gives you a load of measurements down here of your card size. So if you've got a greetings card and you want to make an envelope to go with it, it will then tell you what size paper you need to cut, and it will tell you what score line you need to cut. Now I've used a piece of the digital kit, and I've cut it down to 7 3/4 by 7 3/4, and it tells me that I need to go to the 3 3/4 inch mark over here. So I insert it. Oh God, oh, me have a slurp of tea, just hang on. Brain, mouth, not connected this morning at all yet. And pull my little doobry whatsits out. That sounded painful, didn't it? Pull out your doobry whatsits. Right, so it tells me to go to 3 3/4. Yep, done that. Doing my little crease mark along the one that's on the board. Punching my little doofers out. Turning it. Lining it up with that bit there. Doing along the little crease mark that it tells me. There. Doing my doobry whatsits. Turning it again. Lining it. Punching it. Creasing it. Turning it. Lining it. Punching it. crease in it. Now I can use this side because at the moment, because I cut out a square, I've got very sharp corners, and if I put it in that side it gives me a rounded corner. Alright, I'm not going to bother for now, just to show, I just want to show you guys about what you could do. So then when you fold this, hum a tune to yourself. La, 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 dee, dee. Do, 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 do. Can you believe I used to sing in a church choir? Hey, you can't tell, can you? Right. I have an envelope. There's nothing to say that I can't use this envelope instead of this envelope. Or this envelope, or this envelope. Which one do you want to use? So as I say, those are the options. I think that I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, I think I might. I will show you the centre of this signature again so that you can see. So there's my envelope. You can cover the flat surface before or after you've stitched it in situ. I love that word, situ. I seem to use it a lot. And then on the other side you could attach either vellum or paper to make a top pocket on your envelope, or cut off the top of your envelope here so that you've got a pocket there, or you could cut down the sides and you've got pockets there. There's a multitude of things that you can do. So I'm going to leave you with this thought, because this applies to many things that we do when we're crafting. And that's why I've not gone into a full tutorial today, because I think that it's now time for you to think about this. Creativity will either be limited or inspired by the limits you set on your own imagination. I'm going to leave you with that thought. See you tomorrow.